Welcome to our journey through the fascinating world of science. In this video, we'll explore how scientific study shapes our understanding of life, from the tiniest cell to the vast universe. Science is more than just facts, it's a process of discovery, curiosity, and logical thinking. We'll see how scientists ask questions, form hypotheses, conduct experiments, and analyze data to uncover the secrets of nature. Whether you're interested in biology, chemistry, or physics, the scientific method is the foundation that connects all these fields. Let's begin by understanding what makes scientific study unique and essential for progress. Scientific process skills are the backbone of every scientific discovery. These skills include observation, questioning, classification, prediction, interpretation, measurement, concluding, and communication. Imagine making a paper airplane and predicting which model will fly the farthest. You observe, hypothesize, test, and compare results just like a scientist. Practicing these skills helps us think critically and solve problems in everyday life. As we move forward, remember that these abilities are not just for scientists in labs, they're tools anyone can use to explore and understand the world. Scientific method is a step-by-step approach to solving problems and building knowledge. It starts with observing an event or problem which sparks curiosity and leads to forming questions. Next, a hypothesis is proposed, a possible explanation or prediction. Experiments are then designed to test the hypothesis and data is collected. After analyzing the results, scientists draw conclusions and decide if the hypothesis was correct. If not, the process repeats with a revised hypothesis. This cycle ensures that scientific knowledge is reliable and based on evidence, not just assumptions. To bring the scientific process to life with a simple activity, making paper airplanes, you start by observing different airplane models and predicting which will fly the farthest. After building your chosen model, you test it and compare its performance with others. Through this, you use observation, prediction, experimentation, and analysis, core scientific skills. Discussing how to improve your design and understanding why some planes fly better than others helps you think like a scientist. This hands-on approach makes learning science engaging and practical. Observation is the first and most crucial step in scientific learning. Whether it's watching water evaporate from a kettle or noticing how clouds form in the sky, careful observation leads to questions and discoveries. For example, when making tea, you might notice water droplets forming on a cold plate but not on a hot one. This simple observation can lead to understanding the water cycle and the role of temperature in condensation and rainfall. Observing natural events helps scientists gather evidence and build knowledge about the world around us. Scientific learning is a dynamic process that involves curiosity, experimentation, and analysis. For instance, weather forecasting relies on collecting temperature data at different altitudes to predict rainfall. Scientists use their senses and instruments to gather evidence, analyze it, and draw conclusions. This organized approach helps us understand complex natural events and make informed decisions. The process is not linear. If a hypothesis is not supported by data, it is revised and the cycle continues. This adaptability is what makes science a powerful tool for discovery. Development of the coronavirus vaccine is a perfect example of the scientific method in action. Scientists observed the effects of the virus, formed hypotheses about how to combat it, and conducted experiments on animals before testing on humans. Data was collected and analyzed at each stage to ensure safety and effectiveness. Only after thorough testing and verification was the vaccine approved for mass use. This process highlights the importance of careful experimentation, data collection, and communication in scientific research. Science is a vast field with many branches, each focusing on different aspects of the natural world. The main fields include biology, which studies living organisms, physics, which explores matter and energy, and chemistry, which examines substances and their interactions. Other interdisciplinary fields like geology, astronomy, and environmental science combine knowledge from multiple areas to solve complex problems. Each field offers unique professional opportunities, from doctors and engineers to environmentalists and researchers. Biology is the science of life and living organisms. Biologists study everything from tiny microbes to complex mammals, exploring how living things grow, reproduce, and interact with their environment. Advances in biology have led to breakthroughs like organ transplantation, vaccine development, and genetic engineering. For example, scientists in Nepal developed new maize varieties by studying genes, and Dr. Sanduk Root's invention of the intraocular lens revolutionized cataract treatment. Biology continues to improve our health and understanding of the natural world. Physics delves into the fundamental laws that govern the universe. From the motion of planets to the behavior of atoms, physicists seek to explain how and why things move and interact. Famous discoveries like Newton's laws of motion and gravitation have shaped our understanding of the world. Physics is also behind technological advances such as electric engines, X-rays, and communication systems. By studying everything from the smallest particles to the largest galaxies, physics connects us to the mysteries of the cosmos. Mystery explores the composition, properties, and changes of matter. Chemists study everything from simple chemical reactions to complex nuclear processes. The work of scientists like John Dalton and Dmitry Mendeleev laid the foundation for understanding atomic structure and the periodic table. Chemistry is essential in developing medicines, fuels, plastics, and fertilizers. It connects with other fields, making it a cornerstone of scientific progress in everyday life. Many scientific fields overlap, creating interdisciplinary areas like geology, astronomy, agriculture, and environmental science. These fields combine knowledge from biology, chemistry, and physics to solve complex problems. For example, environmental science studies how living organisms interact with their surroundings, while agriculture uses biology and chemistry to improve crop yields. Interdisciplinary science is vital for addressing global challenges such as climate change, food security, and sustainable development. Science has led to remarkable achievements that have transformed our lives. In biology, we've seen advances like surgery, cloning, and vaccine development. Physics has given us electric engines, microscopes, and modern communication technology. Chemistry has produced medicines, fuels, and industrial chemicals. These breakthroughs have improved health, transportation, and industry, making life safer and more convenient. However, every achievement also brings new challenges that require careful management and ethical consideration. Safety is a top priority in scientific experiments. Accidents can happen if precautions are not followed, especially when working with chemicals or heat. Always conduct experiments under supervision, wear protective gear like lab coats and gloves, and handle chemicals carefully. For example, never add water to concentrated acid, instead add acid to water slowly. Proper ventilation, immediate reporting of accidents, and cleaning up after experiments are essential steps to ensure a safe laboratory environment. Marie Curie's groundbreaking research on radioactivity changed science forever, but it also came with risks. She died from leukemia caused by radiation exposure during her experiments. Her story reminds us of the importance of safety in scientific work. Today, strict safety protocols protect researchers from similar dangers. Learning from the past helps us create safer environments for future discovery. Scientific advancements have revolutionized technology, making life faster and easier. The invention of the steam engine by James Watt transformed transportation and led to the generation of electricity. Nuclear power plants now provide energy to millions, but they also pose significant challenges. Managing pollution, waste, and safety are ongoing concerns. The balance between achievement and responsibility is a key theme in the story of science and technology. With every scientific achievement comes new challenges. For example, coal-powered steam engines contributed to air pollution, while nuclear power plants require careful management to prevent disasters. Incidents like the Fukushima and Chernobyl accidents highlight the risks of advanced technology. Addressing these challenges requires innovation, regulation, and a commitment to safety and sustainability. As we enjoy the benefits of science, we must also be mindful of its impact on people and the environment. Science and technology touch every aspect of our lives, from healthcare and transportation to agriculture and education. Medical advances have made diagnosis and treatment easier, while modern farming techniques increase food production. Information and communication technology connects people worldwide, but also brings challenges like privacy concerns and social isolation. Understanding both the benefits and drawbacks of scientific progress helps us make informed choices for the future. Measurement is essential in science. It allows us to quantify observations and compare results. Scientific notation makes it easier to express very large or small numbers, like the size of a virus or the distance between planets. For example, instead of writing 0.00000001 meters, we use 1 times 10 meters. This system simplifies calculations and communication in scientific research, making data more manageable and precise. Metric prefixes help us convert between different units of measurement. For example, kilo means 1,000, so 1 kilogram equals 1,000 grams. Milli means 1,000, so 1 milligram is 0.001 grams. These prefixes make it easy to work with both large and small quantities in science. Understanding metric prefixes is crucial for accurate measurement and data analysis in experiment. Least count of an instrument is the smallest value it can measure accurately. For example, a standard ruler has a least count of 1 millimeter, while a digital stopwatch can measure up to 0.01 seconds. Knowing the least count helps ensure precision in experiments. Accurate measurements are vital for drawing reliable conclusions in scientific studies. In scientific experiments, repeated measurements often yield slightly different results. Taking the average of multiple readings reduces errors and increases accuracy. For example, if you drop a marble 3 times and record the time it takes to hit the ground, averaging the results gives a more precise measurement. This practice is essential for reliable scientific data. Diversity of life on Earth is astounding. Scientists classify living beings based on similarities and differences in body structure, nutrition, reproduction, and evolution. Classification helps us understand relationships among organisms, trace evolutionary history, and give scientific names. By grouping similar organisms, we make the study of life more organized and meaningful. Binomial nomenclature is the system of giving each organism a two-part scientific name. Developed by Carolus Linnaeus, this system uses Latin words. The first part is the genus and the second is the species. For example, humans are Homo sapiens. This universal naming system avoids confusion and helps scientists communicate clearly about different species worldwide. Organisms are classified in a hierarchical system: kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, and species. Each level groups organisms with shared characteristics, from broad similarities at the top to specific traits at the bottom. For example, all animals belong to the kingdom Animalia, but only humans are in the genus Homo and species Sapiens. This hierarchy helps us trace evolutionary relationships and organize biological diversity. Five-kingdom system, proposed by Robert Whittaker, classifies living beings into Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae, and Animalia. This system addresses the limitations of earlier two-kingdom models by distinguishing between prokaryotes and eukaryotes, unicellular and multicellular organisms, and different modes of nutrition. Each kingdom has unique characteristics that help scientists study and understand the diversity of life. Kingdom Monera includes prokaryotic microorganisms like bacteria. These organisms lack a well-defined nucleus and can survive in extreme conditions. Monera includes groups like Archaebacteria, Eubacteria, and Cyanobacteria. They play vital roles in ecosystems, from decomposing organic matter to fixing nitrogen in soil. Understanding MONRA helps us appreciate the foundation of life on Earth. Protista includes mostly unicellular eukaryotes with a defined nucleus. These organisms can be animal-like amoeba, paramecium, plant-like euglena, diatoms, or fungi-like slime molds. Protists are incredibly diverse with various modes of nutrition and reproduction. They play important roles in aquatic ecosystems and as the ancestors of more complex life forms. Fungi are unique organisms that lack chlorophyll and obtain nutrients by decomposing dead matter. They can be unicellular yeast or multicellular mushrooms mucor. Fungi play essential roles as decomposers, recyclers, and even as sources of food and medicine. Their bodies are made of mycelium and fruiting bodies, and they reproduce through spores. Understanding fungi helps us appreciate their importance in ecosystems and human life. Mushrooms are a type of fungus with a unique structure. Their bodies consist of mycelium underground threads and a fruiting body, the visible mushroom. The fruiting body includes a stalk stipe, an umbrella-like cap pileus, and gills underneath where spores are produced. Mushrooms grow in moist, organic-rich environments and play a crucial role in breaking down dead matter. Some are edible and nutritious, while others can be poisonous. Mushroom life cycle is a fascinating process. Spores released from mature mushrooms germinate in favorable conditions, forming primary mycelium. When two compatible mycelia fuse, they create secondary mycelium, which eventually produces a new mushroom. Inside the mushroom's gills, specialized cells called basidia undergo meiosis to form new spores, continuing the cycle. This process ensures the spread and survival of fungi in nature. Mushroom farming is a growing industry that provides nutritious food and economic opportunities. By cultivating mushrooms like Pleurotus ostreatus, Cania chaya, on hay or other organic materials, farmers can produce edible mushrooms at home or commercially. The process involves sterilizing the substrate, layering it with mushroom spawn, and maintaining proper moisture and temperature. After a few weeks, mushrooms are ready to harvest, offering a sustainable source of income and nutrition. Mushrooms are packed with nutrients like proteins, vitamins, and minerals, making them a valuable food source. They are low in cholesterol and rich in amino acids, vitamins B and D, and minerals like potassium and iron. Some mushrooms also have medicinal properties, boosting immunity and helping manage conditions like diabetes and high blood pressure. However, only consume mushrooms that are known to be safe, as some wild varieties can be toxic. Enjoy mushrooms year-round. They can be preserved by drying, pickling, or making products like sukiyaki, dried mushroom, and ketchup. Proper storage involves washing, slicing, boiling, and drying mushrooms before sealing them in airtight containers. This prevents spoilage and retains their nutritional value. Dried mushrooms can be used in soups, stews, and other dishes, making them a versatile ingredient in the kitchen. Not all mushrooms are safe to eat. Some wild mushrooms contain toxins that can cause serious illness or death. It's difficult to distinguish edible from poisonous varieties without expert knowledge or laboratory testing. Always consume mushrooms that are identified and certified as safe. When in doubt, avoid wild mushrooms and rely on cultivated varieties for food. Evolution explains how life on Earth has changed over millions of years. Simple organisms like bacteria were the first to appear, gradually giving rise to more complex plants and animals. Environmental changes, adaptation, and genetic variation drive the evolution of new species. Fossils, comparative anatomy, and embryology provide evidence for this ongoing process, showing how today's diversity of life emerged from common ancestors. Fossils are the preserved remains or traces of ancient organisms found in sedimentary rocks. They provide strong evidence for evolution, showing how life has changed over time. By studying fossils, scientists can reconstruct the history of life, trace the development of new species, and understand the environmental conditions of the past. Techniques like carbon dating help determine the age of fossils and rocks. Pairing the body structures of different organisms reveals similarities and differences that support the theory of evolution. Homologous organs like the limbs of humans, horses, and bats have similar structures but different functions, indicating a common ancestry. Analogous organs, on the other hand, perform similar functions but have different origins. Vestigial organs, such as the human appendix, are remnants of structures that were functional in ancestors. Some animals, like the duck-billed platypus and Archaeopteryx, have features that connect two different groups. These bridge animals or missing links provide evidence for evolutionary transitions. For example, the platypus lays eggs like a bird but has fur and feeds milk like a mammal. Such discoveries help scientists understand how new groups of organisms evolved from their ancestors. Several scientists have proposed theories to explain evolution. Lamarck suggested that organisms acquire traits during their lifetime and pass them to offspring, like giraffes developing long necks by stretching for food. Darwin, on the other hand, introduced the theory of natural selection, where organisms with favorable traits survive and reproduce, leading to the evolution of new species. Both theories contributed to our understanding, but Darwin's ideas are more widely accepted today. Variation refers to differences among individuals of the same species. Some variations are inherited while others result from environmental factors. Mutation is a sudden heritable change in genetic material leading to new traits. Mutations can be beneficial, harmful, or neutral, and they play a crucial role in evolution by introducing new genetic diversity. Over time, favorable mutations may become common in a population. Every living organism, from the simplest bacteria to complex animals, is made up of cells. In multicellular organisms, cells group together to form tissues, which then form organs and systems. Life processes like nutrition, respiration, circulation, and reproduction are carried out by these systems. Understanding body structure and life processes helps us appreciate the complexity and unity of life. Plant tissues are specialized for different functions. Meristematic tissues are made of actively dividing cells and are responsible for growth. Permanent tissues, which arise from meristematic tissues, perform specific roles like support, storage, and transport. Understanding plant tissues helps us learn how plants grow, heal, and adapt to their environment. Animal tissues are grouped into four main types: epithelial, muscular, connective, and nervous tissue. Each type has a unique structure and function. Epithelial tissue covers and protects surfaces, muscular tissue enables movement, connective tissue supports and binds organs, and nervous tissue transmits signals. Together, these tissues form the complex systems that keep animals alive and functioning. Science is a journey of discovery that connects every aspect of our lives. From understanding the building blocks of life to exploring the universe, science empowers us to solve problems, innovate, and improve our world. By developing scientific skills, embracing curiosity, and respecting safety, we can all contribute to the ongoing adventure of knowledge. Keep exploring, questioning, and learning. The wonders of science are endless.